Howdy folks, Synthetic Mason here, and today it's time for my Tiny Autobots plus one singular Decepticon tutorial. Yeah, we're gonna do it. You guys seem to like that last one. I owe you this one, a tutorial on, what was it, Skids, Mudflap, RC, and Megatron, all from the movies. I do plan on getting a Igor tutorial, as well as, he's not handy, but my tiny GoBots scooter as well. Yeah, so those are all on the way. But today, we're breaking it up with these little guys. That's right. So going down the list, we have all the ones you've seen before, and I promised you, but I added an extra. I've got Octane back there. Octane, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Triple Changer. Yeah. We got Warpath, my personal favorite, Huffer. Wheeljack back there. Could get those colors right. Struggling. Jazz. We've got Lugnut. I always forget his name. Not Daniel. That's Daniel. Lugnut. Oh, it'll come to me later. Chip. Optimus Prime, just hanging out for looks and scale. Sideswipe. Daniel in his power suit. Sunstreaker. And Jetfire, Skyfire, Robotech, Fighter, whatever you want to call him. He's got a lot of names. But yeah. So let's get it to it. We'll save Octane for the last. Start with some small ones and then work around. So first up, the tiniest of the bunch. Yep, itty bitties. These guys, pretty simple in my micro scale. 3 pips is a person, so Lugnut with a large piece there to have his big shoulders. I want to call him Sam Witwicky, but no, it's not. You guys can tear me apart in the comments. My bad. And Chip here, which is the only complicated one of the bunch. For Chip, we'll start off with one of these nice clear inkwells. You will take a black fishing lure and add that to one of those minifigure back clips, making the wheelchair. And then for the figure, we have brown for hair, blue for his shirt, white for his legs. And that'll go there. Add the inkwell to the bottom. And there you go. Nice little Chip in his wheelchair. And then for Daniel. So first off, there's a little yellow pip in there. Yeah, pretty clever how I did that. Looks like he's got a yellow face in his bubble. For transformation, you'll just take these arms, slide them all the way forward, and then bam. He's in his transform mode. Like a tire on the bottom there. Yeah, that's a thing. And for his parts and such, you will start off. There's the cheat. You'll need a white Travis brick, a single white pip on top, and a white tile and a white plate on opposite sides. To that, you will add 2 white 1x2 tiles, so you can slide them about to his like vehicle mode position, or slide them down a little bit to be the arms on his power suit. And then for the bottom, so you can get that little yellow head inside of there, you'll put one of these little yellow teeth, a black tile on the bottom of one of these double positive 1x bricks, and that'll just go right up in there, and that way you get that little yellow pip inside. So there you go. Daniel, his power suit, Lugnut. No idea. It's just gone from my brain forever. And then Chip. But yeah, staying small and building up, we've got a tiny little Huffer. Yeah. He was always one of my favorites. Regrettably, though, actually, I take it back. How about some of them apples? Yeah! You can still haul it for Optimus when Optimus needs that extra little hand. Anyways, so on to Huffer here. For transformation, very simple. Just transform him. Ta-da! Little piece acts as his face there. So let's pull them apart and show you guys how to put them together. So these are the parts you'll need for Huffer. And now to build Huffer, I like to start from the bottom and build up. We'll start off with his trailer hitch and feet. Add a 1x2 black, a 1x2 jumper, and then we'll place a top clip in blue on top of that. We'll then add a 1x2 modified bar, place a 1x2 on the back of that, a trans tile of some sort on the front. I happen to have smoke colored at the time. And then his face will go on the back. And then for his front tires, we'll take a pair of those super awesome little pips with a hole in them. And Huffer. Focus. There you go. Next up, Tiny Jazz. Now, Jazz wasn't 100% of what I wanted, but he's a tough one. In his robot mode, he's got his little red stripe on the bottom. Not much of a head, but you get the idea. These are the parts you'll need to build Jazz. All right. For Jazz, I like to start with the top, just get that out of the way. Now, ideally, I'd love to put like a little sticker on the top of there, so his roof to spoiler kind of have more difference between them. So then we'll take a 1x2 on a 1x2 modified double side. Add the 1x2 red for his belly stripe. Add the 1x2 hinge brick. And the double cheese on the front of that. Put on the top, Jazz. Next up, Sunstreaker. Now I do plan on making his fellow Ferrari twin. We just haven't got there yet. But I thought he turned out pretty good, all things considering. So, on to Sunstreaker. These are the parts you'll need for Sunstreaker. Right, so for Sunstreaker, let's build the car portion first. Start off with a double cheese. Unfortunately, I had the dark yellow and not the regular yellow, but it works. Take a pair of yellow wash machine bricks, place a jumper plate on that, and then a single yellow tile after that. You'll then add the 1x2 modified to be like engine bits, and then you'll place a black jumper plate on the back so that in transformed version, he has sort of like a more defined head. Yeah. Sunstreaker. Now on to Sideswipe. I love this guy. I'm really eager to get my hands on that new Siege Sideswipe. I liked him in the movies, like the Bayverse movies. I just wish they had made him red, kind of like Ironhide. What's up with that? Anyways. So really easy transformation here. We just stand them up, fold them in half. Ta-da! These are the parts you'll need for Sideswipe. For Sideswipe, I like to start at the front and work my way down. So we'll start off by putting that 1x2 double clip on the 2x2 modified rolled plate. Add the 1x2 modified bar. We will then add two 1x2s or a 2x2 if you got it. Oops, put those on top. Yeah, and then we add that black 1x2 underneath to be his feet in robot mode. And then on top we will add a black jumper to be sort of the windows. If you have it, go with the red tile. I only had the red plate. I know somewhere in this bin I've got a red tile. I'll search for it later. And then a double cheese on the back of that. And that's Sideswipe. Next up, Warpath. Warpath's kind of a weird one, but I think he works. Cannon on his chest, see his arms. It's a stretch, I know. A little weak of the group. Nonetheless, Let's tear them down and break them back up. And these are the parts you'll need for Warpath. For Warpath, I like to start with the bottom, build them up. We'll begin with a 2x3 plate. Add a pair of cheese wedges to the first section facing each other, and then the one black tile behind that. And then we will add clip to a 1x2 modified, jumper plate to that guy, and the cannon here as well. And now that will plug in that back portion there. You see him taking shape. Now we'll take a black 1x3 on a red 1x3. Add these two fancy new 1x half rolled modified bits. I'm sure there's a technical name for them. And that'll go in the front. And there you have Warpath. All right, folks, 3 to go. And we're going to start with Wheeljack here. Wheeljack, I really wish that black section there for the hinge joint was green. I feel like that would sell Wheeljack. But otherwise, I think the funky shaped chest is going to have to work. But yeah, let's break them down. You know the rest. Alrighty, these are the parts you're going to need to build Wheeljack. And for Wheeljack, I like to build the bottom of the car and work that away from there. So we'll start with that hinge brick and the double 1x cheese. Add the 1x2 modified side 1x2. Place a 1x2 underneath that. And then we will add a 1x2 modified bar. We will then place upside down 2, or if you have a 1x2 double clip. And then on the back of that, we'll add the double cheese. We'll then place our trans 1x2, followed by 2 of those new fancy pizza slice bits. And there we go, Wheeljack. Alrighty. So here we go, Starfire, Firestorm, Valkyrie. I think his true name is actually Yancey. It's episode 37. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, so for this guy, he's a fun one. Took me forever to figure this out, but I think he turned out great. So let's do the thing so that you can build one for yourself at home. Alrighty, folks, these are the parts you're going to need to build Jetfire, Skyfire. You know his names. Alright, it's like a lot of these guys. Let's start at the bottom and build our way up. Like a tree. Because I put us on the topic of a tree. If you guys haven't seen that new treehouse set, awesome. So anyways, we're going to start with a 1x2 modified double exhaust brick. Add yep, 2 cheese wedges facing down, and then we will add the 1x2 all white hinge brick and place that on the back of a 1x2 side 2x2 modified bit. We will then place a red, at least the outside, the guts you can do whatever color you want, but a red hinge brick followed by a all white 1x2 hinge brick. And on that we will place a jumper plate followed by a double positive 1x brick, white cheese wedge there, and one of these new azure tiles 1x. We'll then place the good old-fashioned turntable 2x2 on that. We will add 2 wing bits, a jumper plate, a couple of tiles, and a 1x2 rolled bit to go over the top. And there we have Jetfire. And last but not least, in any way, shape, or form, Octane. octane, however you want to call him. Yeah. But he does triple change. So we got big oil rig, right? Bring up the front section to be the tail fin. Swing back the wings. And now we have an airliner. It's a stretch, I know. And then for his transform version, bring the wings all the way up. Bring the tail fin all the way back. Bring the nose all the way up. Ta-da! Octane. If you want, you can fan out the little wings there. Yeah. Super cool. I dig them. These are the parts you'll need to build Octane. So for Octane here, we'll stay the course. Start off with a 2x2 black plate. Add a 1x2 in purple, followed by a white 1x2 modified bar brick. We'll then add 2 gray clips. You could probably get away with white. Ideally, I'd love those in purple. Nonetheless, add a white hinge brick, followed by 2 white washing machine bricks. Add your purple tile to the top of that. A 1x2 in white on the bottom, and then one of these fancy little 1x pips with a hole, sort of act as the nose cone. And there's the bottom of the truck, or front of the jet. We'll then take 2 of the 1x4 hinge bricks and place those on the back. And then off the front there. Am I doing it wrong? Yep, I'm doing it wrong. Choke those up all the way up to the front. That way it hangs off like that. There you go. Then we'll add 2 of these 1x4 tiles. And then ideally, I'd recommend 4 of these guys. But if you don't have it, 8 little cheese wedges will do just fine. And you'll place those on the white, facing each other so it goes up to like a point, making it look like it's a tanker. It doesn't really work too well in the wings, because like wings should really be shaped like that. I'm building tiny. Work with what you got. So then we'll take 2 of these 1x2 modified bar bits, add but upside down a 1x2 modified, place a white tile on the bottom of that, a gray plate on the top of that, and that's his grill and tail fin. And then we'll add a double cheese wedge, followed by a 1x2 for the windshield, and then one of those new little black ingots for the roof. And there you go, Octane. So there you go, folks. A whole bunch of tiny transformers today with a tutorial for you. But yeah, I told you about the stuff down the line. I got some weird stuff. Like if anybody's interested, I did my own sort of modified in-game war machine. I can do a little breakdown if anybody's interested. Maybe with my Igor video. I did for a weird online or Facebook challenge that Boys with the Most Toys is hosting. There's like a triple changer challenge. So I did Mask's Condor that changes from motorcycle to helicopter, and then yes, it changes into a transformer. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But as always, thank you for breaking it up with me. Please enjoy the little transformers here. If you do build any of my robots, I'd love to see them. You can always send me pictures on Instagram, where I'm also Synthetic Mason. By all means, come on over there. Show me some stuff. A little down the line, I want to do some contests with possible winners, possible prizes. And I'll probably do like a send me your submission via some sort of platform. Just snowballing ideas right now. But nonetheless, thanks again, folks, and keep on breaking.